Alright, now let's get into today's topic. What happens if you younger Jalen Brunson? In February of this year, one of the best games of the year was played. Knicks versus Nets. The New York team wanted to overturn the idea of Brooklyn's supremacy that had been building up recently. And they had one of the most underrated players on their side, Jalen Brunson. Brunson had a dream night, scoring 40 points, recording 5 assists, and grabbing 3 rebounds. Note to other teams: don't make Jalen angry. Have you ever asked yourself, what happens if you younger Lebron James? Alright, let me explain you. Year 2012, Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals. The Boston Celtics were leading the series 3-2, and the Miami Heat had to win to force a Game 7. And amidst all this, LeBron was under criticism, since his departure from Cleveland and the apparent new defeat. Doubts about his potential and what he could really achieve as a player were on the rise. But this is what happens when you younger the Kings. Considered by many as LeBron's best game, what he did that night is simply impressive. What happened if you younger Kevin Durant? The series between Milwaukee Bucks and the Brooklyn Nets was tied 2-2. Kevin Durant, at 34 years old, was doubted by someone who wondered if he could endure this series. It seemed like another loss was coming for the Brooklyn team. They were trailing by 14 points, but in moments of great pressure, legends step up. And Durant shows us that there are still magical nights in his hands. An incredible 49 points, 17 rebounds, 10 assists, and playing the entire game. KD, ladies and gentlemen, unmatched. What happens if you younger Luka Doncic? It is well known that Luka is one of the best players of today. The 24-year-old point guard has shown that he is destined for great things. Even during his time with Real Madrid, where he captivated major franchises, but criticism always arises, whether it's about his physique or because someone are not entirely convinced by his style. Then came the night when he silenced many critics. Rage to cover him, and he showed what he's capable of. 60 incredible points, 21 rebounds, and 10 assists. Look at what he's capable of and tell me if this content doesn't deserve a like and a subscription to this channel. Let's go! What happens if you younger Joel Embiid? 60 points is insane, but 59 is practically the same. And that's what happens when you put too much pressure on players with special talent. People had been asking for Joel Embiid to have a defining game beyond all he had already accomplished. And that game came one night in November 2022. The Philadelphia 76ers faced the Utah Jazz, and Embiid showed what everyone wanted to see. A super complete game that will be engraved in the memories of basketball lovers. What happens if you younger Jason Tatum? We mentioned it that putting pressure on certain type of players can bring benefits. That's exactly what happened with Tatum in a crucial game to qualify for the playoffs. Boston is one of the most successful franchises in history, and its players must rise to the occasion. In 2021, Jason achieved being a key player in the victory against the Washington Wizards. Leading and inspiring the team, he not only secured the playoffs spot but also demonstrated his capabilities in an effortless manner, scoring 50 points. Amazing! What happens if you anger Jimmy Butler? Alright, and when it comes to demonstrating what one is capable of on the court, we can't forget about Butler. Game 3 of the 2020 Finals pitted the Los Angeles Lakers against the Miami Heat. The Heat had lost the first 2 games. Something had to be done. Jimmy Butler, the Heat star player, had led his team to victory to keep their hopes alive. For many, it would have been another defeat, but deep inside him burned the fire of greatness. When you anger them, things like this happen. An incredible display of how basketball is played. What happens if you anger Stephen Curry? Game 4, 2022 Finals, Golden State vs Celtics. Stephen Curry just saying that would be enough for people to understand what we're talking about. That game was incredible. What Curry showed that night is the epitome of what happens when you anger the greats. He not only proved to be a great 3-point shooter, but also showed himself as an extremely versatile player. Golden State was down 2-1 in the series, facing arguably one of the best defenses in history. They needed to react, and boy, did they? A Curry masterclass along with his teammates. What happens if you anger Giannis Antetokounmpo? You made him the first player in NBA history to average over 30 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists while shooting over 60% in an NBA Finals series. And this was a crucial game where he scored 50 points in a spectacular fashion. He played a vital role in winning the championships later on. Legends are like that. Don't provoke us. What happens if you anger Nikola Jokic? Is there any doubt about what happens when you anger incredible players? They said Jokic couldn't shoot. He would never win anything. He was slow. And that he would never win the MVP. Poor those who can't keep their mouths shut. They had to eat their words and acknowledge that he's a great player. What he did this season, and especially in this year's finals, shows that you should never speak before things happen. Simply, Nikola Jokic. Enjoy! And if you enjoyed this video as much as we did, we ask you to help us by subscribing, liking and commenting, so that more fans can discover this channel. We are B-Breakers and we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.